critical.
Oh,
Cognition low.
oh, 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 it was just a terrible bad dream. I just thought, on this goddamn deserted planet with the crappy lander and just my drill. Ah, 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 thank God it was just a dream. Hello everyone, I'm TTR and today we're gonna play some Stationeers. It will be modded version and we're gonna play on Venus. I'm gonna post a link to the mods I'm using, but just to give you a quick rundown, it's various of the mods from Stationeers Mods Discord group. And two noticeable one that I'm gonna mention is a Traders RE. That's much more a variety of traders. This changed a little bit of gameplay because it's much easier on Vulcan Venus to get ice and water and various of the gases from the traders. And the second one is Volatiles are methane. It's actually a mod that I'm author of. It changed the combustion process from the vanilla one to simulate that actually the volatiles are just methane. So burning them in the oxygen, pure oxygen will give you carbon dioxide and water. Burning them in nitrous oxide will give you a bit of different compounds. This is actually when it's giving you the unclean burn because that's actually more closer to real life chemistry. It also corrects some of the energy output, so both of the burn types are much more banally than volatile. In the end, they give you more energy and so on. Mod is work in progress, but it's pretty much mostly functional. There are a couple of features missing, but they are quite okay. Other mods are various of a quality of life mods or just mods that adds additional items like letter mods, for example, or tube mods. But anyway, we'll be playing on the Venus and we'll be playing on a custom difficulty. It's offshoot of the normal difficulty, with the difference is that the mining yield is times 4 and hydration and nutrition consumption is actually slightly increased. Also, the lung damage is from stationary difficulties, so exposing your lung to vacuum or to unhealthy atmosphere like very hot or very cold or very toxic will cause the damage much faster. Offline metabolism doesn't matter because this is actually not online gameplay. Uh, on the mining note, many people probably will be using mods to increase mining yield. There's like a whole discussion to it, but many of those mods are actually wrong. The way they work, they define ore spawn, so it not only how much you're gonna get yield from each of the item, but also how often they spawn, what the size of the cluster, and so on. And there are definitions for it, different celestial bodies. So you have one for Moon, one for Venus, and so on. What I found in the past, many of those modes takes the definition from Moon because that's the first one. They whoever was working on that definition just change what they want and they just apply this to all the planets, for Venus and Vulcan minus the the spawning of Isis. So that does change how much your ore is around you, right? There is not exposed setting, but if you create your custom difficulty settings, you can actually define the yield just as a one line, and it applies to any game, and regardless of the vanilla spawn, it actually doesn't modify that part, so it's much more safer to do so. I'm just gonna call it something else than Venus because I have another one, another session going on, and let's go see how bad we're gonna end up today. So pretty much at first I'm gonna turn off the light. There's the L. And another thing is disable filtering, right? Supposed to maybe have a separate video about this, but having the filtering disabled, it's saves a little bit of the oxygen tank, or on the cold biomes like Titan or Europa, saves you actually quite battery for a little bit. Well, it's gonna be not much. It will be somewhere on the ballpark of 10-20%, but it's still something, right? So one thing, if you start on on Venus, you're supposed to have another set of frames, and I'm gonna leave this open because I'll need it. Oxygen critical. Of the frames and of iron sheets, right? Now, when you hear the oxygen critical, just turn on off, just for like second, 1-2 ticks, and that's it, right? And you are sort of golden. Now, the amount of frames that you have at the beginning is actually 50, and the iron sheets it's 100. So you could technically build it all, but we'll need some iron sheets later on for building our machinery and etc. I'm trying to find where is the north. There's the north. There is the south. That mountain is in the bad place. Mountain. Okay, that's fine. So we're gonna start. This is maybe not the the best, but this is actually the way I like start. I built 4x3 using east-west length, so something along the side of here. I just like this frame to be that's 180. Right, I'm gonna move a little bit back, that's fine. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do 3 this direction. So that 4x3 will be our starting base. Pretty much we're gonna cram everything into it. And over time we're gonna actually extend it, right? Now, if you don't know, you don't need to have fully like frames built in every direction around. So this corner over here, or this side of it, it's actually, or will be actually fully insulated, so, or airtight I should say, so that's actually fine. And this is how you in the beginning can build a little bit bigger starting base without actually wasting all the frames. Here will be outside, and I'm gonna actually put 4 frames. I'm gonna explain in a second word which of them will be actually for what, but in general, inside over here in this room that I'm being stuck on, we'll be having our production, so our outlay, pipe benders, and all of those. And oxygen critical. Yeah, I'm gonna swap battery with my arc welder or electric welder and the suit, because here the battery and the suit is actually draining very slowly, while arc welder will actually be using it quite much more during the welding process. Second thing, you might notice at the beginning I actually swapped my mining belt and my construction belt from the belt items, so for the slot 6. The reason is I usually play carrying both of them and using them one another at the same time. And for example, I will be doing this right now. While it's have daytime, I'm gonna go and mine a little bit, especially coal. Coal is actually very important at the beginning because that will be our power source. I'm also gonna grab a little bit of that iron. Silicon later. But yeah, having a belt all the time on you, if you start mining anything like I'm doing right now, there's lots of gold over here, very nice. It goes to your belt directly. We need a stack of copper. So at the beginning we'll need pretty much stack of iron, stack of copper, a little bit of a gold, 6 to be exact, well, maybe more. There is silver, so good, the electrum will be fine. Here is lead, oh that's good. Lead will be pretty much the first thing after we're gonna do a furnace to get it, to the fact that we need to get solder and steel as soon as possible. Solder for well, pretty much everything that solder requires, but IC chips, and steel for the base battery or station battery. I can't remember what's the proper name of it. But yeah, having a mining belt in your belt slot pretty much goes, with the when you go mining like I'm doing right now, it's much easier because you don't need to swap, you don't need to remember to swap the belts and so on, right? And because I'm using pretty much mouse, not keyboard, or not, just using scroll to go back and forth, this is where having, your tool belt in your pocket, so to speak, it's fine because, the jetpack or backpack I have also pretty much all the time open, so I can easily access both of them. Right, the external frames obviously I will be welding only once, and over here will be our power supplies, so there will be batteries and so on, but that's a little bit further down the road. Here will be an airlock, but it won't be automated airlock, it will be actually airlock using manual hatches. The reason for that, it's very simple. In case of loss of power, I want to get out without, breaking up tools and so on. Yes, most likely I'm gonna uh, mess up the atmosphere inside, but it will be vacuum for most of the time. And by the time I'm gonna actually have excess power and more resources, I'm gonna actually be able to build this airlock later on. I'm gonna leave you open, so I don't need to go around. Right. In a minute or two, we actually need to use flashlight because sun will gonna go down. And that means that the tiny battery that we have, in our suit will be well, not enough to survive a night. Now on the lander we have 2 additional extra small batteries and 1 large one that I'm gonna actually go grab it. I have some extra frames. I'm gonna leave them as they are for now. Right, while I will be here, let me just grab a few things. I'm definitely want to grab the solid generator, power controller. We can grab you. I'm gonna actually leave you in a second. Pill, you, network analyzer. Can I insert over there? Yes, perfect. I'm gonna grab this extra stack of cable, which I was surprised that they added because I don't remember it was last time I actually started playing, but I'm happy with it. We have extra water, so you have over here, by the way, 2 liquid water 12 liters, but there's also a fire extinguisher, which for some reasons starts, but it has also canister of water. So if you are shortage, you have like a little bit short of water, you have one over there, and the 2 tiny bottles over here, which is fine. Great. What I need from here? From here, I want to have a vent. I don't need a console, pipe, and door in the battery actually because it's blinking and don't like me blinking. Okay, right. As we going, I'm gonna go and do myself a favor and bring one of the tanks already. So on Europa, sorry, not on Europa, on Vulcan and on Venus, those tanks are tank 2, so they are insulated, and they're not fully insulated. Will you? Yeah, will you? But pretty much mostly. I don't remember what was the tank insulation. Might be even 100%. I wouldn't be betting on 100% insulation. I think it was like 99 or 95, because they will heat up over time, but not much. Okay, okay, stop, don't roll. Great. I remember in the past, where's the base? This way, right? Yeah. Houston. Hold on. Great. Normally I don't have problem with my orientation. Suddenly I got lost. I think it's this direction. You know what? going with this tank, it's a stupid idea. Yeah, they will be hit up very slowly. Here it is. Yeah, it was. I should just look on the compass in the first place. My bad. Yeah, it's north. Pretty much north or north-ish. Right. What I was saying. Right. So the tanks on other planets they are not insulated. So if you would like just disconnect them, they will be start heating up instantly, and this one will just explode. Right. This one is insulated. So temperature is 288. I think it was 280. So it rise by 8 degrees. I think or something like this. So let's stop talking about this and finish what we started with, right? So we're gonna close this, the whole building, pretty much building. We're gonna then build up a little bit of power and all of that and start vacuuming this place. Right. So like I mentioned, or I ramble about it, I'm gonna do a manual hatches, right? And two reasons for that. One is you can operate them without any power. They're actually much quicker to open. Second, it will be just partially built airlock, right? This one gonna go over here, and I'm gonna explain this in a second. Now, you might ask, how you gonna build airlock when you don't have vent? And you see, pipes burst. Although I'd like to have a quality, of life feature that you could burst the pipe yourself, but let me just do it this way, and another one will be here. Right. But if you overpressure, they're gonna burst. Now there's a little bit of trick that I didn't know. They're gonna burst only on a straight part. If it's bent, they don't. So if for any reason you want to overpressure it and keep it, that's the way to go. Just have it. Have it. Sorry. Have it just bend pipe, and it will not blow. I did for no reason whatsoever. One pipe that I think got to something like 600 megapascals and just stays over there, which was stupid, but well, it's what it is. Right, so I'm gonna put small battery over here, you over there, you over here. Right, I'm gonna leave this as it is, and I'm gonna bring some things that I want to put inside. Mostly it will be in the outlay. And I think for time being that's it. Plastic sheets, all of you gonna stay. Oops. Yeah, I don't need you. Really nothing from here. Food supply, I could bring it, but I'm gonna bring it in a second. Construction, just so it's less things over here. No, not now. Okay. Oh, there was a call over here. Good to know. Right. So what we're gonna do now is vent the atmosphere from that nuke, so we actually have a place to drink and to empty our right, to empty our waste tank. I'm gonna actually have a problem with cognition in a second. Right, now you can see the pressure in it is fully up to maximum 50 megapascals, and it will not go further up because the vent has actually limitation. So what you're gonna do is turn this off, this one also for a second, and you start removing pipes, but from one side only. What it means this is now overpressuring and it's gonna burst. If you remove it in the middle, you split this network and you delete a little bit of atmosphere over there, right? I'm gonna wait till this is gonna break, and meanwhile, I'm gonna build this. Yay! That's gone. Okay. So now we're gonna turn this on. It will be constantly venting. We have effectively an air vent over there. And we try not to die. That's number one. Great. Number two, we will be now vacuuming this one. How much this is? No, still 288. So no, this tank does not even increase the temperature now, which is fine. Yeah, none of them. Okay, uh, this. So this contraption over here, what it will be doing, that should be fine for now. It's when I will be inside, obviously when this will be pretty much fully vacuumed, I will need to empty my waste tank. If there will be stationary difficulty, we'll be already at the point of, ejecting the content of it or blasting the tank. But over here right now, it's fine. Uh, we don't really want to lose that. That is mostly oxygen, because the way it works, it actually use the oxygen for our input tank, which is oxygen situation, for cooling. There is also CO2, right? CO2 we can get it from external atmosphere, which is fine. Okay, while this is happening, or while this is still venting, I'm gonna build my outer lane. So you could think this room is quite small for all of the construction and so on, and the answer is yes, it is. We're gonna extend it, and the reason I actually built it east-west, hopefully, if I didn't make a mistake, is because we'll be extending it north-south, and to be exact, only south, right? These are gonna stay over here as this entrance. Over here we have the 4 tiles, which is enough, so there will be one production machine over here, another one somewhere over here with a little bit of output on this side. This could be moved even maybe this direction a bit more, but that's fine. Another 2 will be here, and then the 5th one, the rocketry one, probably go where's this frame. Now those frames we moved 2 rows further down, and this will be our manufacturing space. This space in this corner will be pretty much for the vending machine and a trader at the beginning. Later on over here will be another airlock for our temporary living quarters. There will be grow plots and beds and so on and so forth. And above will be solar arrays. Now, due time, obviously, because first we just need to get actually steel and power and all of that. I'm gonna build this. Yes, 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 that's fine. This is why we got those spare batteries. So, right. I don't want you to go there. Right. So this is pretty much empty now. If we checked, the pollutants are the most small ones. They're gonna disappear right now, which is fine. I can turn it off. So the pollutants were pretty much removed from atmosphere. This is actually a game mechanic. Normally, you could just vacuum it if pollutants were not the small ones, and they will not magically disappear. But I want to have now this. So one thing, I'm gonna empty the tank twice. And another thing is to get some food in us. I'm gonna close this for a second, and I play with unlock hamlet. Some people play with locked one. Right. Now it was still enough to not do it. When you're playing on normal difficulty, what you can do is pretty much wait till your health tank to about 20, even 5%, and then fill up your thirst and hunger up to 20, 25 also, and you're gonna recover the health over that, right? If you're gonna leave it a bit more, uh, then it's obviously sort of a wasting. Like this is the different direction. If you do it less, so like below 20%, your health might not recover fully. On stationary difficulties, this does require to build up beyond the thirst and hunger meter up to I think 40 something percent. Right. So this is not a nice vacuum, and we can go out, close this door, and open this one. Beautiful. I'm gonna leave you over there. I'm gonna shut down that one. Right. Let's just charge a few things over here. Uh, we need to start smelting our ores, and we're gonna place those arc smelters over here, and we want to, I'm gonna build the furnace over here, another one, and I'm gonna leave this frame over there, for time being at least. What we have, feels like I make it too small for some reason, but it looks okay. Just I have too many frames, and, or iron sheets frames in general. Right, you two are gonna go away quickly. What do you have here? It's fine. Right. So next thing is start smelting those ores and start actually building up ourselves to a stationary battery, so we don't waste that coal that we actually wasting right now. What we're gonna actually build is two furnace setup. One of them will be pretty much for or degassing. It will be a little bit later. At the beginning will be only single furnace setup. Stop. Yeah, it's quite enough coal we just waste, but that's fine. Anyway, let's start from split half because I need 6 in one place and 6 in the other. Okay, what we have over here? Iron, copper. Let's just do a little bit of more mining, even that gold. So we're gonna require gold for electric heaters or pipe heaters. I hate this. And yeah, 38 is enough, and some extra copper on that, which is over here. Right, I'm gonna get no, not you. I just grab silicon. Okay, didn't want to, at least not now. Right, okay, go. And a bit of iron for the beginning. So first order of business is actually get the pipe bender. From a pipe bender, we're gonna require a bit of more pipes. Think about additional 10. Oh yeah, maybe I should just move those that are full stacks already. Oops. Right. One thing on Venus, never ever drill directly under you. This is how you're being squashed, right? In fact, tips I got about drilling on Venus or in general in this game is to not die. One of them is go to save game and edit the config files so you're not gonna kill yourself. Your suit is immune, but you know that's sort of cheating. Or it is cheating. It's not even sort of. Need this. This. This is for the furnace smelter. So I'm gonna explain it in a second fully. But yeah, one thing is just kind of don't drill downwards. Just drill sort of in the front and maybe a little bit downwards, like on this angle, and then switch places and do this kind of like bore style, you know, moving shift and shifting, you know, of the drilling. Second, don't drill the, you know, downwards directly under you, or many times even up, because the change of the pressure is gonna pull you up or down, and most likely destroy your suit. Third one, if you're being ejected, leave it. Leave it as you're flying, unless you're flying, directly up. Then just turn on your jetpack and let it stabilize. Most likely you're gonna be pulled up and down, but then you actually, sort of slow down the force that's happening. Right. Speaking of, do I want to bring, not really, some stuff from a lander? It's only second day. Storm is day 5 or day 7, if I remember, so it's fine. While this is smelting, I'm gonna actually go get a bit more of coal, and I think behind the lander was also some. It's copper. It's still smelting, even if you don't hear it. Right. Pretty much for the first 5 days, we will be coal dependent for a power. If everything goes well, we're supposed to have stationary battery by next day. Also, I'm actually doing this a little bit slower because I'm trying to split my brain between thinking and talking. I'm not really used to that, whatever and however this sounds. But yeah, let me just grab this enough coal for time being, and there is also 25 in the generator, so that should be fine. Let's just keep the Jenny. Right. So the way we're gonna build the base, like I mentioned, from internally. So here we are gonna add this another room. Over here, pretty much on this frame, there will be another set of frames, and there will be our cooling system. So ACs pretty much going over there. And yeah, stop, because you are wasting now coal. This side, obviously, we're gonna pull that base, so we're gonna have a little bit of more space inside. On the top, we're gonna put solar panels. This will be depends how we're gonna do it. 3 rows of 8, or you can actually extend this a little bit like an overhanger, and 5 rows of 8. 3 rows of 8 is actually quite enough to upkeep this base without almost any coal. If you do a little bit of the automation around the AC. Later, we're gonna probably build our first trader pad in this area. It will be 3x3 going on 5x5, so I'm gonna actually make some space to create this quickly 5x5, because 5x5 is the traders that do have an ice or gases, but we'll be looking for ice because they are actually cheaper. And we're gonna crush them for water and for volatiles or methane in this situation, right? I'm gonna go with this. Nope. I think I have those. Yeah. And great, because I want to go in. Swap those batteries and do this. And after that, so long run, that will be probably our first focus for our like phase 1, first 30 days to like have this sustainability over there. After we're gonna do that, in opposing side of this door, we're gonna go and build our mining rocket, and we're gonna go, mine ourselves things we need to mine. Pipe bender, right? I hate when this is in this weird position. Right, empty you. Right. Let's just refill our hydration. Temperature high. Pressure critical. Now, the funny thing, the temperature is going high because the pressure actually is being sucked into this vent. And the energy actually stays, not even this being heat up, but temperature, the heat actually that is being transferred from the gases from the pipe is heating the sun and so on and so forth. But the reason I'm mentioning this is that that will take some time. Okay. I'm gonna go in and out. The reason I'm mentioning this is that it's actually, oh, here we go, more safer to for your lungs to actually be in full vacuum than in this micro uh, atmosphere with this high temperature and so on, right? The temperature counter will be like more devastating. Um, or to give you this different example, being in almost vacuum with high temperature is actually gonna damage your lungs more than being in like 10 kilopascal pressure and just like 80 or 90 or 100, centigrades, right? They still will be damaging it, but there's this huge difference, right? Uh, anyway, I will need to bring, while this is doing its all magic, from the lander, a few missing things. Exactly, the most important part is this. Oh, that also. I don't want to leave the smelted iron. I do I need this? Yes, the walls. So, also I probably left duct tape, and that's quite useful in the end. I'm gonna everything over here. Yeah, that stays for time being. That stays. So the reason I'm taking the kit walls, iron walls, is when you have that kind of exposed pipes like over here, they're gonna obviously, having um, the energy transfer between them, it's happening without any problem, right? They're not insulated, they have their own, radiation emit and so on. If you put wall onto them like that and fill it, they actually stop transferring that heat. Not fully, they're not like 100% insulated, but a little bit, right? We later on going to replace this with insulated pipes, so no bother over there. So we're going to limit the heat transfer much, much, much more in the end. I'm going to build this frame while I am pretty much being bored. Famous last words in stationeries, that you're being bored. I was like, I'm bored on my mind off. Nope, nope, nope. That means you just don't know what to do. That probably is finished over there. How much is this? Right. Give me that while you have it. Go. Now, if you're thinking, well, okay, where those steel tips are coming from, like when you're having this and have the information about, the wattage and time, or a few other things, this is obviously a mod. I can't remember who did it. It was Wikis or Jix. One of them. Pretty much most of the things that are producers of some kind, they're gonna actually show you a tooltips, and those tooltips are quite handy because to go to like here and look up for instance, electrum, and scroll. I know you can pause, it's a little bit programmatic, and I can never remember what temperatures or pressures are required, like when it comes to what ingredients sort of are needed. Yeah, sure, fine, right? Great, yay, great. You go here, and before you die, I'm gonna lock that one, close it, vent it. Right, so we're gonna go now build pipe bender and gas furnace, or just a furnace. Right, we're in vacuum, beautiful, go. Yeah, so this is done. I'm gonna, hold on. Yes, correct. On occasion I make a mistake and I actually built the wrong one. So I want to make some space over here, right? I don't put, one by one next to it. The reason is there will be stacker in the end when I will be building loads of frames and so on. So stacker gonna go here. The rule of the thumb, you can push it, towards almost the end of here. You know, the things that will be jetting will be having a little bit problems. I'm pulling it back one, So this space is sort of enough. If I pull this one back, that will be actually the most amazing. I might do it later on, not now. Really, keep in mind at the beginning you're gonna build messy builds, and this is absolutely fine. Uh, Later on, you're gonna actually start building this more proper, and over time you're gonna have some sort of a memory muscle that you're gonna uh, do this much better. Now, if you just said, what the heck just happened? I did it? Yeah, another mod, Zoop mod, that allows you to build pipes and cables by drag and drop. And yes, the time to build extends based on, oh, good that they didn't reset, based on length, and obviously, there is no cheating around this. We need here a vent. I'm not playing with another pipe. Bursting software, so to speak, or scenario. So I'm gonna build one vent. Next thing, I'm gonna build utility for gas, two of those. Also, while I'm here, I don't need you. I don't need you. I'm gonna grab those still, but later on I don't need it. Right, gas furnace, sweet. You can turn it off. Right, and heaters. Now, for heater's sake, we're gonna use three of them. Right. Now, this pipe, I'm gonna show in a second. It's very temporary, right? It already has 4 megapascals, and I vent my tank twice. Third one, please. Right. So what I'm gonna do, actually, what I'm gonna do is add this inline gas tank. No, 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 no. We are okay here. No worries. No one is dying. And this effectively gonna drop to like 1 megapascal, right? This is amazing. What I'm gonna do now is steal those pipes because I'm gonna need them. Just watch out to not open the frame. Right? I'm gonna do this, and because I did it from a back, I didn't delete any gases. I didn't split this network, so I was removing items that are attached to the network. All of the gases are still retained over there, and they were pretty much building pressure in this pipe segment and balancing it. It's 1.31. It was 3 megapascals on the pipe. It was 1.2 what the pipe was attached and the tank. So this tank is actually massive capacity when it comes to gases, and pretty much this should be enough for all the time. Now this tank is our spare waste tank, in case we are just somewhere further away. Right, what I'm gonna do is try to find this socket and just refill our oxygen tank. Air tank critical. Great. And while we are here, I need to have this turned on. Oxygen critical. Right. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical. Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit too close to my liking, but I'm gonna put like shoot later on. Oh, shoots! I forgot. We need 5 shoots, and we're gonna build them over here. I was like, oh yeah, yeah, and yeah. 15, exact 5, great. We need shoots for our furnace setup. Oh, and we can now do steel and all of those. Perfect. 5. Excuse me, a little bit of hiccup over here for some reason. All right. So let me just finish the furnace, and I'm gonna pretty much make a break. So the way I'm actually putting furnace is the pipes go. Actually, could I do this differently this time? I usually actually go here and have a pipe on the back, not like this, but like that. But let's try to do this this way. Right. So bottom line, furnace needs to be like embedded inside, right? This might require additional shoot if I remember correctly, but we're gonna see this in a second.
Oxygen critical.
Right. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna connect input and output, although some people are gonna say you only require connect output because output can work as an input. I don't know if this is still a case. I hope so. But we're gonna connect them to this sort of T-junction. That vent goes here, and the power are gonna go here. I just need to figure out. Do you have a button in front? Yes, great. Okay, perfect. This is what we want to do. Power down and the buttons in front. I'm not gonna put more because I will be blowing up the fuses with this setup anyway.
Oxygen critical.
But this is what we want. And the way this gonna function after we're gonna finish is that we're gonna prime it with temperature and some external external atmosphere right here, and this should be enough when we'll be adding ore to let me see if this to
Oxygen critical.
sorry, brain fart. This should be enough to the gas ores over there. No, I don't want to even on a straight here. Perfect, it works. So we're gonna insert any ore over there. They obviously will be spawning gases with the temperature. Oh yeah, I missed some.
Cognition low.
I'm gonna borrow those too. Like, sorry. I lost my thought. Okay, fine. So when we'll be actually, let me just do this on a proper example. Let's do the lead was somewhere over here, right? Right. Let's do solder first. Also, I prefer, like, if it's stationary difficulty, I probably would just go this first portion of lead and just run with it because, you know, time is of the essence to kind of like run it through. On normal difficulty, I just go at least one stack, if not 2 stacks of lead and the same amount of iron, and just do as much solder as possible at the beginning. Like, obviously without like going mental and what is lead, and just suddenly go a whole day on mining just for those two. But this is enough. We have here an iron. Goodbye. So that's. I'm not chasing it. I'm too fat. I'm not running. I'm a lazy spaceman. Oh, astronaut, whatever. Ow. 34. Yeah, that should be fine. Um, Great. So, oops. So what we're gonna do, and this is actually I think the best example around this. There is a little bit of a pressure over here, right? And there is temperature. If I'm gonna go and insert or throw those two, they're gonna go to furnace and they're gonna start dropping temperature down and increase pressure. The reason is all the gases that they have inside them, they are close, yeah. They are being spat at 20 centigrade temperature, not anything else. Literally, each of the mole of the gas that is being created, it's 20 uh, degrees. That was 34, right? We need to match it. And this continues pretty much until it's gonna drop to the temperature of 370, right, or 371, and then stops processing, like exactly as it is now. I think it used to be even different temperature in the past, but that was a way of cooling yourself on Venus.
Oxygen critical.
Right now it's still possible, but not really viable. What you're gonna do, you pretty much could, well, depends on conditions you require. You can just open this valve and let the air exchange, heat up, and drop the pressure. But obviously, we need to keep over here for solder. Whoops, at least 1 megapascal, but very low temperature side. Don't want to really drop that temperature, sorry, that pressure, because it's only 920 kPa. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip one of those and let it heat it up, right? While it will be heating up, this will be slowly processing.
Oxygen critical.
Right? That will be quite slow. I'm gonna just pump it those two. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna do nothing because we just lost power. Anyway. Never ever turn on the third one. If you wonder why this happened, right? Uh, each of the
Oxygen critical.
power supply, sorry, blah, 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 brain fart again. Each of the electric heater takes 1 kilowatt. APC takes kilowatt for charging. This takes kilowatt for charging, and even if it's turned off, they also take 10 watts, right? So this is 1010, and this is 1010. Overall was 5020 watts. Yeah, the wire is actually blown.
Ignition low.
Right. No, 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 no. And also, don't heat up too much because I need to control this one. Yeah, so I almost died. That's also a fun thing to do. I'm gonna put this battery over here because I don't want to go back and forth. It's missing the 4 iron. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, there it is. Green. See, we have solder. This is how we get solder, right? You cool it down and then a little bit heat up. Right. We have that one. We have a little bit of a daytime. I'm gonna go and try to grab. Oh, there is a mess in my inventory. What I'm gonna do is actually throw you in, and I'm gonna. I think this silicon requires some of the temperature. Actually, it might be even. Yeah. Anyway, steel is the second one. Silicon will be turned on for insulated pipes, but that's fine. We need steel. For steel, we need iron because we have some coal on us. So I'm gonna try not to die, obviously, and I'm gonna try to get some of this. Now we have 2 stacks of coal, so the most sane would be to get um, 3 stacks. Sorry, 2 stacks of coal. So to get 6 stacks of iron. Iron is always somewhere, and I don't mind to have this, gopher holes from a mining. We're gonna fill those on later on. Okay, how we are looking? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 more. And we're gonna do more steel. Later, when we're gonna set up a second furnace for degassing, doing steel will be pretty much just us dropping, and degassing the ores, and just blasting all those degassed ores in the correct ratio to the other furnace, because the temperature over there will be pretty much all the time the ones in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's just do that. As we are now standing over here, let's do this. Give me that silicon. I'm gonna put you over here, and I'm gonna actually get you smelting. Right. I'm gonna go and leave this open, and the reason is we need 1 megapascal, but stack of coal is enough for 1 megapascal. So I want to pretty much all of the remainder of ores.
Waste tank caution.
Are we prepared for that? Let's swap the tanks. All of those ores I want to pretty much just degas over there and drop the pressure. If you have too much pressure on it, right? For steel, for instance, doesn't matter. Like you could have 1 megapascal or 100 megapascals, right? But heating up a 1 megapascal takes much shorter time with less energy than 20 or 100, right? Those 3 heaters will take a little bit of a time to actually go with it, right?
Power critical.
Yeah, that's still okay. Also, this is not processing it because the temperature over here is too low. I shouldn't put that silicon in the first place. So what needs to happen, and this is actually a little bit of finicky, even if you have this open, it doesn't correctly exchange the gases. Turn on one of the heaters and then it goes, right? You're done. I'd like to go more copper while I'm standing here.
Hunger critical.
Oh, I didn't turn off. Okay, fine. This is gonna take some time. Let me just take you out. You. Also, because I'm gonna be a little bit lazy, I'm gonna take those 2 frames. And the reason is, they actually are more important over here. Now, the way I'm gonna put is here will be sort of a passage, so there won't be nothing here. But from here, those 2, those 3 even in the end, we'll have a batteries, right? We're gonna have like heavy cable later on and so on, but they'll be having 3 stationary batteries, and the coal generator will be pretty much at the end of it. How are we looking? Right, there's gonna be some stupid while. Since I'm actually don't want to preserve the temperature, let me see if this is gonna work. Yeah.
Oxygen critical.
For some reason, time to time this doesn't correctly exchange the temperatures and the pressure in the atmosphere. If I'm in a situation like I am right now, opening this was like the best what I could do. So the world atmosphere is actually now heating the furnace, right? How much we have? 150. Right. Maybe just not throw any frames. Another. Great. And I'm gonna drop that 1 stack of coal straight away over here. Right. And when this is done, I'm pretty much gonna weld this frame back up. gonna also smelt you while I'm here. Where you go? Okay, there's a copper. Right, did you add this? Yes. So I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna throw you in. And knowing what's going to happen, I'm gonna turn those two. This is dead in the water. I'm gonna insert you for charging.
Oxygen
Turn off
critical.
you. Well, I don't want to smelt more. Now, because if I'm gonna turn the third one, I'm gonna almost certainly break the fuse, right? I'm gonna see, right, so there is 3 megapascals already, right? I'll be, excuse me, flipping this back and open and close just to, damn it, close, to not lose all the pressure, right? There is sort of easy way to actually compare how much, the difference between 20 centigrade and what you have now, the temperature versus the pressure. I could vent this to probably 700 kilopascals and still it was enough to push it this all the way I needed, so it's fine. I'm gonna open this a few times.
Oxygen critical.
1.4. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it right now as it is now, and we're gonna pick it up after this is done and I'm hydrated. See you later.